Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Since there was such an exceedingly amount of people that, well, I mean, not necessarily an exceeding amount of people, but it was definitely a very mixed, agreement and disagreement with everything. From now, I'm gonna try and lessen the amount that I'm gonna do, because there were just way too many bloodlines for me to go over individually, and then they got mixed up, because whenever I compare something that was ranked earlier on compared to something that I ranked like last, it's probably not accurate. So here we are. This time I'm actually going to show videos because it's not going to be very difficult because there's only like 12 of them here. 14, the same difference, but we're going to start with normal Joke, or the Byakugan. If I remember properly, I mean, it's pretty good for finding people, I believe. The Q spec for all but one, I think, forms gives you sight of the chakra network, or chi network, I think it is in this game. I don't think it even explains it. I mean, I have the wiki up right here so that I can check to see. The Q... No, I guess not. Oh, here we are. It doesn't actually say it. Okay. Yeah, so, well, I guess it's only the first move, or first, transformation. So, yeah. Overall, the form is pretty bad. I mean, at least if you ask me, this is all opinionated. But, I mean, personally, I don't like this, the rotations. Taking chakra from punching somebody is very good. Let's see. Does it actually tell you how much? Guess not. But these are all the moves. I'm just going to show you them here, and then I'm going to show a video afterwards, which is what I'm going to try and do more. Now, I personally don't like the rotations, and I don't like the 128 palms. Aside from that, the rest of it's kind of okay. The stage 2 attack is also pretty bad. Stage 3 attack is also pretty bad, so overall, I'd say maybe a low C tier, high B tier. Certainly Doke is a low B tier. Ever since the Akuma bloodline, yeah, I'm just going to move straight on to the next one, but next up is Akuma. Ever since this was changed, this has now become my least favorite. Also, that takes 3,000? Okay, well, and I'm going to do another video later on this month, probably in like 3 days, talking about the issues I have with Shindo Life, and not specifically Shindo Life, but a lot of games. But Shindo Life is specifically doing one thing that I really find annoying, and I'm going to try and refrain from talking about that right now. So, basically, the changes that were made with this is the transformation takes 125 mode per second now, rather than what it originally used to be was 25, which made it the strongest one in the game. And it also had a copy jutsu that allowed you to copy the person's jutsu that you're looking at. It was very glitchy though, because if you died enough times, or if like you had it activated for so long, or well, if you killed enough enemies, then it would just like break and stop working, which was a really big issue in war, because it was just not working right. Because it kept breaking like within an hour-ish of playing the game, at least if you were killing things. And, I mean, it's not like you can copy any of the jutsus from them, but you can copy jutsus from other players, so... Also, you can only copy jutsus from players. Now, all the moves are moved up one, down one, technically down, because the levels are lower. Anyway, all of them were moved up one. Now you have a new third move, and the second move replaces the first move, third move replaces the second move. The second move is a invincibility thing, lasts for like 3-ish seconds. Then the first move is a genjutsu, which I kind of want to do a genjutsu thing, but I don't really care much for that right now. What else? Oh yeah, the third move. It is just a copy of the, what's it called? Elements, shock, where is it? Senbon. A copy of the third move of lightning, or shock style, whatever you want to call it. You throw 2 of them instead of like 4 or 5 or something like that, and it's just a retextured, recolored Senbon. Practical use, it's better than Jokei in my eyes. Literal use, it's worse than almost all of the stuff here. Okay, I can't even give this anything, any props at all. It's not good. I mean, I don't like it for several reasons. It's just uninteresting. I mean, its moves are somewhat unique, but considering this is like one of the very few Bloodlines that came out pretty early in the game's ongoing career, whatever you want to call it, it's not that great, I guess. The Bloodburst is just weak. I mean, that's a lie, because it only does like 6,000 damage or something like that. Maybe it does more, but like, medium high, no. There's no way it does more than like 220,000 damage, not 200. The Genjutsu is not good. I mean, it lasts for like 3 seconds or something like that, and basically the enemies attack each other, so... But they could also attack you anyway. It's not that good at all. It's pretty bad, in fact. This one's cool, because this is like one of the very few Bloodlines that actually have a dragon with it. Which, you could get up to like 10 dragons activated at once. Although I don't think all of them could be going up in the sky. And this would also have to be using a transformation or two. And you could technically count the 10 tails as dragons. So you could get upwards of like 20 dragons all at once. Anyway. Transformation. The skill remains the same on both of these, I believe. The mode attack is the same, yeah. They don't actually show the stage 2 mode attack because it's the exact same. So, there's no really special Q spec. You get these cool Kaneki tails. Kaneki, however you pronounce the guy from Tokyo Ghoul. And, yeah, I mean, it's overall boring, and I think it could get a revamp, but what would you even change with it? So... Next up we have Kai Kuma. Kai Kuma actually did get technically buffed, and I'm willing to say that it's probably the only, if not this one, as an S rank. If they didn't nerf the pain, this thing, for being like a 9 to 10 second stun, yeah, it's obviously the best out of all of the choices that we have here. This is pretty good as well. I mean, invincibility without having to cast any hand signs, amazing. So, and you could pair 2 of those together and be invincible for a very long amount of time. And this tracking, homing, quote unquote, you know, balls of damage for only 15,000 G. Yeah. What is this? 25 mode, yeah. So this got nerfed. Well, I guess technically nerfed, but it's technically buff. Anyway, the 4th stage. Let's see. What is this? I know the C move takes. Yeah, it takes mode. And, I mean, I think it takes like 2000 mode if you have max mode, so... Or MD. Or was it the Q? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me double check. This is the move that... What's it called as? You're not meaning to tell me... Okay, yeah, no, that is certainly an S rank. If that drains mode, then this automatically becomes the most overpowered one in the game. Because that's a Q spec. And if you play with no weapon like I usually do, Q specs are very easy to use, rather than having to press right mouse button then Q. Okay then. Next up, Arahaki Joke. It's just a better normal Joke. Or, well, however you pronounce it. I still don't like 128 palms. I still don't really like the rotation. But the forms don't look better. They probably do they give them better stats? Let's double check. So normal Joke and Arahaki Joke. So their stat bonuses are right here. Oh, it looks like they have the same stats. I cannot speak right now. Yeah. Oh, nope. This gives more Nin and HP and Chi on the third form. Well, it actually gives all better stats on the third form. So, I've never really liked the Jokeis in this game, other than like this move, the Air Blasts. They're pretty decent. Also, if it hasn't been fixed yet, the melee here is still able to take mode away from like teammates. So watch out if you ever use that. So yeah, moving along. Ooh, Forge Akuma. I actually think that it got nerfed a little while ago, so it's not as great as it used to be. So which one of these gives you invincibility? I don't think. Yeah, this one. Actually, let me double check this because it might be the one that was really OP whenever it was shown to us. Yeah. So does it happen whenever you get punched only, or does it happen whenever you get hit with anything? Actually, yeah, this isn't the, what's it called? This is the one that you get hit by anything. So, this was very good. It was very sad that, the invincibility move became a sub-ability, and not a lot of people can get those, unless you have a private server or a friend who has a private server, in which you can find those people very easily. And there's even servers that have that stuff. I don't even know any links to any of them, because I don't really care much for joining them. I already have all but, like, 2 things in the game right now. Well, 3 technically, if you're including the, what's it called, the gingerbread man. Unless that became a normal thing, then 3, yes. The gingerbread man is just a consumable that's for hacker baiting and stuff. Nothing too special. I don't even know what it does. I wish I knew what it does, but yeah, it doesn't matter. The second move here and the first move do very similar things, except one drags them to you. But whenever it drags them to you, they get launched anyway. I think it's this one. Yeah. Well, okay, I guess not. I mean, I guess it was just a glitch for me then. Whenever I originally used it, it always launched the enemy away. If I were gonna rank this, the counter, I don't like counters in this game. Some of them are annoying, but especially since all the moves put them in another dimension, so although that's good for recovery, but is it better than the first move of Arahaki Joke? I'm gonna say it's debatable whether or not you can swap these, but I don't really use either one of those, so I've already maxed them both, but I just don't like either one. Next. Next up, we have... Wait, what were we on? We were on Forge Akuma, we're on Ryan. 1 in 120, that's pretty wild. Oof. Yay, I love definitely original moves. Anyway. This is a counter, I think. Yeah. So, again, I personally don't like counters. This move is pretty decent, I guess. All Chidori moves, I believe, have, like, poise, I guess you could call it. If you get hit... In this game, the Rasengan is worse than the Chidori. And let me explain why. The Rasengan, at least the elemental Rasengan, can get countered if you get smacked in the face. If you get smacked in the face after using the Chidori, after the lightning shows up of the Chidori, you can't get stopped. Basically, it's just gonna keep going. You have a Chidori and no one's gonna be able to stop you. And the cooldown is about as fast as it takes for you to use the Chidori unless you hit, in which then it's like 5 or 6 seconds, or 4 or 5 seconds for a cooldown. Assuming it takes like 2 seconds to hit. Actually, let me double check. Because this is the second time I've opened Shock. Wow. Let's see. 16-second cooldown. Now, that skill itself lasts about 10-ish seconds. Not even. Probably like a little under 10 seconds. So, maybe like 8 seconds, 7 seconds. You have to wait about 9 seconds in a fight to get it back, which really isn't that long, considering a fight is a fight. It's fast-paced. But yeah. The Lightning Blaze, just kind of a better Chidori. I think it just costs a little bit more. So yeah. And it has a lot more range. Also, I think it had... Oh no, I thought I had a higher or lower cooldown. This. Really glitchy and not that great. You can use it, but it's really not that great. I would say it's better than this, though. It's definitely going to go on the top of the B tier, just because I don't like the counter move. But it certainly is better than the Arahaki Joke. The forms, 90% of all the forms are the exact same. The Q-Spec does have a, like, arrow shot, which is very similar to this move, except for 3 arrows, it shoots 2. So yeah. Next up, we have Satori Akuma. Very good on invincibility moves. It has 2 moves that are invincibility moves, and you can use them back-to-back, essentially. So, honestly, this little feature right here, tripping over, basically it just sits your character. You can't stand, you can't jump away, you can't move. Ridiculously overpowered. This is insane. I would say this is even maybe a low S tier, but I'm going to put it on a very high A tier, because I don't want like 4 things all in S tier, because everyone's going to be getting on me about that. But this move sits the enemy as well. On top of forcing them to stay still, the chance of the thing also hitting them again is pretty iffy. Although the lasers don't do a lot of damage, if you're pairing this with something like this, and then you use the C or Q spec or whatever it is to drain their mode, you're definitely getting their mode. No debate, because they can't do anything for like 6-7ish seconds. This is also an invincibility move, instantaneous, I believe. Or no, there's no way that's instantaneous. Let's double check, because I don't think it's instantaneous. Yeah, no, it's not instantaneous. It does take 3 things or whatever. Doesn't matter. The Q spec of this does pretty decent damage. Oh, sweet. I don't think it even has a C spec. Oh no, the C spec is you kind of like fake your own death, and you like run around a lot faster. Right here. This is the C spec. Basically, they see you as dead, and you move at Ryon speeds, or not Ryon speeds. Dang, what is the name of it? I'll just call it flying Raijin speeds because I can't remember the name. Senko. You move at Senko speeds. If you don't know, if you use the first move, or well, no, if you use the second move of Dio Senko, or well, any Senko, or the time stop ability on Senko, you get an insanely high speed boost, and that's the speed boost that you get from doing that. So yeah, it's very good for running away or getting away from your enemies. This is very good. So. Next up, the Tensien Gun, or Tengoku, that's what it's called. The only really good moves that I've liked were this one and the C-Spec. Yeah. This was always really weak to me, and this was just unfun. So it was just like a slightly better Chidori. Or slightly better Rasengan, I guess, since it knocks him back. So, it's whatever. Unless they like buff the damage, but I don't know if they even did that. So yeah, this is just a really good move. Nice AoE. This just did way too little damage to me last time I used it. So yeah, this was very good in War, which is what I mostly use most of these in, because I just don't prefer PvE, or PvP over PvE. So yeah, where would I rank it though? It doesn't have any counter moves, and I only really like 2 moves of it. It's certainly better than normal Joke and normal Akuma, debatably. Because normal Akuma has a counter move. so I might put it right between those two. Personally, I don't like it. I mean, this is all opinions, so I just don't like Tengoku. It's not my favorite bloodline in the game. I mean, comparing it to these two combined, it's boring, I guess. So yeah. Rengoku. Uh, actually, I did a really cool thing with Rengoku in the recordings, so yeah, that was fun. It was fun to goof around with it. I believe this got nerfed. The stun got really nerfed, so it's no longer that good. And all of these have individual different cooldowns, and they're just not great. Not that good anymore. It used to be like low A tier. Now I'd say it's not even better than Tengoku. Would it even be better than? I mean, okay, the first move of it is very good. Gravity Push is insane with this move. Still, I believe. So, well, just for that, I think I'll bring it up to the top of the C tier. Uh, Sengoku. I really personally don't like Sengoku, but I mean, it's been good. The time that I used it, it was very nice. The Kami style Final Strike is just really good AoE. It has essentially iframes, because nobody can really hit you that well. What the heck? The counter move. Yeah, it has a counter move, so yeah. This is pretty good at stunning enemies. And then if you could land like 2 moves if you get them with this. And if you expect them to be caught in it, then you use the move right afterwards, like Final Strike. Well, no, Final Strike stuns you first, or stops you from being able to use a move for a few seconds. So yeah. The second move. Does the second move take? Yeah, okay, it only takes 160. So the second move got buffed, technically. So, Ryan. I mean, I've definitely had more fun with Sengoku than I have with Ryan. And it's just generally better, I guess. I mean, it has a counter move just like it. It has a giant AoE move that's similar to it, which if you're dueling somebody, you're most likely going to hit with it because there's not very much room for you to move away from them. But yeah. I don't have Renshiki or the other one, but from what I can tell, Renshiki right there. It's so sad because it's like such a unique move set, and it's not just a copy of everything else in this game. This was actually somewhat unique. The Q-Spec... What even was the Q-Spec? Was it just... Yeah, okay, it was Tengoku, yeah. I mean... I guess I could rank it higher. Certainly better than Rengoku. Especially since you could just absorb chi moves and then with this. But, I mean, it's decent. I don't like it, but it's good, I guess. I've never used it because I never got it, but the form itself is kind of iffy, but you need the form on in order to use the second move, which is this one. And I think it was that you need the form on for that. Yeah. So this can only be used whenever you have the form on. Which, it's really not that awful to have the form on, because I think the forms are actually pretty good. Oof, never mind. Yeah, no. The form isn't that great. But if you just use it for, like, this move, and, like, you're expecting somebody to use a lot of, ninjutsu and stuff, then I think, does it give you health? It does not say. Huh, well, if it gives you health, then that makes it really good, and worthy of what I gave it. If not, then, I mean, I guess it's good, in a way. Shindai. Oh wait, where's Ryan? Where's, what's it called? Riser. Riser should be here. There it is. Oh, I just skipped over and went straight to Renshiki. My bad. This is right there. I'd say a low A tier, considering everything that's there. But this move is mostly what comes in clutch. I mean, this is good, but this getting Senko speed and then putting the person under a genjutsu if they're not blocking, in which then you could dash at them in order to stop them from blocking. I think it's really good, and I've really had fun using it, and I still use it, although I don't play the game as much. But, yeah. Very good. I like it. The second move, not that great. 3-second genjutsu, iffy. The third move, it stops them from charging their chi for 4 seconds. Eh. What does the Q-Spec do for this stuff? Oh! Okay. That's cool. So yeah, it straight up is. Just another... God dang it, man. I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll save it for next video. But yeah, I think it's a fair placement of it to me. Or that's where I would probably put it. Then we have the last one, Shindo Akuma. Personally, I don't like it. Didn't seem to do a lot of damage whenever I saw it. The moves were just massive, that's it. If I were to take a look at it here, that takes so long to activate. I think you could even, it doesn't even matter because you get launched. It's so hard to hit anybody whenever they get launched like that. Then this move is just a giant AoE. It's pretty easy to dodge as well. This is pretty good though. So, I mean, the C move is also pretty insane. So I guess I could throw it up here. Right there. Yeah, that works. Well, that's how I would rate it, at least for the eyes. Next up, after I go on a little rant next video, I'll be doing the clan bloodlines. I have all of these clans, I've maxed all of them out, and yeah. If I were to tell you what my least favorite one here would be, I'd probably say a Zimsenko, maybe? I mean, like, ignoring stuff like Okami and Karada, Kokotsu, ignoring stuff like that, I'd say a Zimsenko is my least favorite. Also, yeah, I'll save that for the next video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember that this is all opinionated. There's not necessarily anything that's meant to come out of this to be factual, other than just backed up with experience with the bloodlines. So yeah, be kind to others, because if it would ruin your day by saying it, it's certainly ruining theirs.